can be had by calling 561-334-8609. At the door, the tickets are $35. Meanwhile, the event host, Thrive for a Change, did recognize itself last week on February 13th, to be exact, for its work as a grassroots reentry nonprofit for returning citizens that serves all of Palm Beach County, including the Glades. In fact, when the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of them, but they had an ex-felon pitch event up in Tallahassee yesterday, and Mr. Hanna went. The Orlando-based Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, y'all might recall, led the successful effort to pass Amendment 4 to the Florida Constitution in 2018, which returned the right to vote to ex-felons. The Florida Rights Restoration Coalition is also leading the effort to fight the Florida legislature's creation of a poll tax to prevent that vote from those people from happening. But the Restoration Rights Coalition created a new program called Fines and Fees program, which seeks to help ex-felons, financially, legally, or in whatever way to ensure that their rights to vote are restored. If you know an ex-felon in Palm Beach County who needs help, visit their website at FloridaRRC.com. That's Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, FloridaRRC.com, or call Thrive for a Change at 561-334-8609. Both of these agencies, one statewide and one local, can help ex-felons. And also, that local source, don't forget, is hosting the Glades Community Service Awards on March 6th in Belle Glade to celebrate the people and culture out in Belle Glade, Pahokee, and South Bay. Second event, on February 29th, the Palm Beach County chapter of NOW, the National Organization for Women, is hosting Palm Beach County Women of Color Select Topics at the Delray Beach Public Library. The free event will feature a panel of distinguished women of color, aged 27 through 86, from across much of the African diaspora, who will share their stories and address critical issues faced by women of color. Confirmed panelists already include Edith Bush, a longtime educator and founder and executive director of the MLK Coordinating Committee of Palm Beach County, and Denise Cotman Albritton, a local owner of Bus One LLC. This black woman owns a bus company. The discussion will be held from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Saturday, February 29th, as I said, at the Delray Beach Public Library. For more information, visit the National Organization for Women of Palm Beach County's website at pbcnow.org and scroll down until you see the event information. It is free and open to the public. And now, and some of the panelists will be on cocochats next week to talk about the big event. The next event is Jamaica related. The Joseph and Vera Douglas Family Foundation is a nonprofit that's actually based in Maryland, but it has one really active board member here in Palm Beach County who is the foundation's vice president and who is of Jamaican descent. Her name is Cordelia Jones. I don't know if anybody knows her, but the Douglas Family Foundation serves at-risk communities in Jamaica by providing resources gathered here that are focused on education, health, and entrepreneurship. The foundation is hosting 2 fundraisers currently to support its work. One is an open mic night on March 28th in West Palm Beach, and the other is a month-long fundraiser called Show Us Some Love that's already started. The open mic night will be held at the RBG House, and that is RBG as in red, black, and green, as in the colors that represent Africa. There will be all sorts of performances, from spoken word to singing to drumming to comedy to dance. It will be held at 8 p.m. on Saturday, March the 28th, and is meant to gather filled book bags to take to Kingston, Petersfield, and Egypt Gardens which are different cities in Jamaica, for its needy students. And those book bags will be filled with pencils, pens, composition books, crayons, markers, paper, all kinds of stuff. Ticket prices are $20 without the book bag and $10 with the book bag. For more information or to donate, visit the website at JV like Victor, D like David, F as in Frank, foundation.org. JVDFfoundation.org, or call Miss Jones, the local vice president, at 561-239-7824. Now, the second event, the Show Us Some Love giving campaign, it already began on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and continues through March the 14th, one entire month. Visit his website again at jvdffoundation.org to give, or visit his social media for more information, or again, call the hardworking Miss Jones at 561-239-7824. Now in its third year, the Norton Museum of Art is hosting its Celebrating Black Florida, which showcases the art and cultural histories of Black Floridians, as well as the Norton's growing collection of works by artists of African descent. The free event has a huge schedule of activities that run all day from noon to 5 p.m. on this Saturday, February 22nd, and includes special tours, family workshops, artist talks, performances, documentary films, and even, for young people, a teen art studio led by the museum's Teen Advisory Squad. I don't know if any of you remember that place that used to be a city place called the BB King Bar and Restaurant. There was a guy there, Mr. Trombone, whose name is Wayne Perry. You remember him?
I know Wayne.
But you do?
Yeah.
You know, so he's going to be he's going to be the MC at this Norton Museum event. The main
He's
lead.
So vibrant.
Wayne Perry is his name. A gifted singer and horn player known as Mr. Trombone, whom Miss Jillian knows. But the restaurant at the Norton will also serve a variety of tasty African diaspora-related menu selections, including, and really Jamaican, including jerk chicken over what they're calling dirty rice, Caribbean slaw, Jamaican beef patties, and coconut jerk shrimp and grits. To see the full event listing, visit the cocowire.net calendar at cocowire.net to get a sense of the vibe of this event. Or visit the Norton Museum of Art's website at norton.org and click on the image. You'll see lots of interesting, very diverse events on the site. Now, let's talk about the most interesting event that we have on our schedule today. And that's going to be as a result of our guest today, the drama queen. She is Hallie Balbuena, who is the writer, director, and producer of Black Wall Street, a local play that sold out 4 performances in 2018. And then for a Juneteenth celebration last year, in 2019, it was recruited to do 3 shows in Tampa. Here this month, there'll be 2 performances in West Palm Beach on Friday, February 28th and Saturday, February 29th. The show has already sold out again on Friday, God bless her, but tickets are still available for Saturday. And the drama queen will tell us how to get those tickets shortly. But before we bring her in, I'm going to ask you guys, are y'all familiar with the story of the so-called Black Wall Street? It was an area of Tulsa, Oklahoma, that was called Greenwood, and it was founded in the late 1800s as a segregated home of Tulsa's Black population. It also came to be known as Black Wall Street because it was one of the most well-known concentrations in the United States at the time of skilled and educated Blacks and Black-owned businesses. But that was until the Tulsa race riot in the summer of 1921, when an angry white mob torched 35 neighborhood blocks of homes and businesses in Greenwood, Hundreds of black people were killed, some 6,000 were arrested, and an estimated 10,000 were left homeless. It was one of the most devastating massacres in the history of U.S. race relations, and it destroyed Greenwood. The area soon began a restoration, but thanks to desegregation in the 1960s, blacks in Greenwood began living and shopping in other places. So Black Wall Street, aka Greenwood, Oklahoma, came to be known as gone. So, interesting story. But Miss Balbuena's play is about this very rich, very compelling story. And Miss Balbuena, thanks for joining us on Cocoa Wire on SupaJamz.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So tell us about Black Wall Street. Why did the massacre even happen?
Now, Black Wall Street, of course, like many of our communities back in 1921, blacks had become self-sufficient, and there was some jealousy and some hatred, and any excuse to destroy that. This particular area in Tulsa was known because it wasn't just self-sufficient. These people were super wealthy.
Oh,
You had millionaires back in 1920. You had Dr. Berry,
really?
who had his bus. He created his own bus system for the community of Greenwood. He later sold it to Tulsa. But this gentleman in 1921 made over $500 a day.
Wow.
Okay, he
black
owned
man.
airplanes. That
And he
that
wasn't
he
even a
used.
slave.
No, he was not. You had there's so many. You had O.W. Gurley and J.B. Stratford, who were actually the founders of Greenwood, the area that would buy land, but they knew that the only way to get their people out of the predicament that they were in was that they had to own something. So they would buy this land, but they would only sell it to other African Americans.
Wow.
And they supported each other. You know, back then, if a home got burned down, the town came together, and in 2 weeks they would have that family back on their feet. So there was a lot of support. You know, like any community, all of them didn't love each other,
Right.
but they understood that we are in this together.
Okay, on the team.
Right, and you know this incident happened because a young black man, 19-year-old Dick Rowland, went to use the only colored bathroom at the time that was in the Drexel building. He boarded the
But
elevator.
that was not in Greenwood, I guess.
No, this was downtown Tulsa.
Okay, where the white
He
people
worked
are.
downtown Tulsa. So they would go downtown Tulsa and work, but they spent their money in Greenwood.
Okay.
So the dollar, unlike the community today, where our dollar leaves the community every 5 minutes or less, the dollar stayed in that community for over a year. So the wealth stayed there; it didn't go out. Now, true enough, a lot of that was due to they weren't allowed to shop other places. But today, if we keep that same concept, if we use our money within our community, if we go to 10th and Soul or Off the Bone rather than go down the street to McDonald's or some of those other places,
Okay.
you can get a full course meal at the other places in the community for the same price that you would go get a burger and a fry.
Okay.
If we spend our money within our community and not be so busy to send it out,
Yep.
we can have that same wealth within the community. And that was my main reason for writing this play. Because if they can hold together and bring together that type of wealth back in
long
1921 with all of those obstacles, we can do that today. You've got Cityside Suites that does printing, okay? But you'll go over to Staples and pay extra money for it, where you can
Okay.
get that same printing done. You know, it's 15 cents at Staples, 7 cents at Cityside Suite, black-owned
Which is a
businesses.
black-owned business.
Yes. So we've got to learn to, I'm not saying you can't go shop anywhere else, but take, you know, my parents just said, take care of home first.
Okay.
These are our communities that we need to be in.
So why did the massacre happen? You were beginning to
Yes.
talk about it. Was it
Dick Rowland boarded the elevator to use the bathroom. He went up to the only colored bathroom in the building.
which was that you said in downtown
Downtown
Tulsa?
Tulsa. When he came back down, as he was leaving the elevator, he tripped, and as he tripped, he went to catch his balance, and he touched the arm of the white woman, Sarah Page, 17-year-old Sarah Page, who was the elevator operator, and she yelled.
Because this black man touched her
touched her.
arm to keep from falling on the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That was all it took to ignite the race massacre.
riot.
Yeah, because at that point they arrested him, of course, and because he ran back to his neighborhood. 25.
He probably knew.
He knew what was going to happen. Yes.
She probably-
25 black men armed themselves because they knew what was coming. They went downtown to try to guard the jail. The sheriff told them to leave, but they were so determined. You had people like Smith.
And they were strong.
They were strong black
they
men
had,
that
absolutely.
that had said that he refused to see another black man hung. So they got their guns. They come back, 75 of them, to guard that jail. The crowd headed by the Ku Klux Klan was now angry. It went from being 1,000 to 2,000 in no time, because the newspapers, as soon as this happened, they put out lynch black boy. So
Yes.
they were instigating this.
Yes.
While it was a World War II veteran, World War I veteran, I'm sorry, that when they went back with the guns, one of the white men approached him and asked what he was going to do with the gun. And he said, use it if I need to.
Okay.
And he grabbed for the man's gun. The gun went off. The white man, of course, got shot, and that was all they needed.
That's all they needed.
To bum this town. They used shared croppers planes. They dropped dynamite, nitroglycerin to burn these 600 black businesses, wealthy, prosperous black businesses.
So what about this story resonates with you so that you actually wrote about it, even though we're not in Oklahoma, even though, we're free?
When I talk with the youth, I have an 18-year-old daughter. When I started this place, she was 15. When I talk with the youth, they don't know about this type of wealth in our community. They just know that we have these black communities. They see them as a place where young black men get killed. They see the drugs. They see all of this stuff. They don't see that our communities were more than that. And can be more than that. So when I wrote this play, my main objective was to reach out to our youth, reach out to those 16 to 30-year-olds and say, listen, you're the future, okay? If you can get a concept of owning something, let me own something, whether it's a business, whether it's property, get something that you own and pull someone else up with you. If you can do that in the community, our communities can be thriving again.
But what's interesting about that is we hear quite often that, the millennials and the Generation Zers, that, they're not as interested in college and stuff as we were. They're more interested in, owning their own company, businesses and stuff like that. Do you see that this could resonate with them necessarily, or
Yes.
Yeah.
My hope is that it would definitely resonate with them. The business on the ownership, the property, the owning of property. So yes, they're looking more to owning their own. However, they got to learn that they've got to crawl before they can run. Okay. You say you want to be a business owner. That's all fine and well. But you need to be able to know how to hold on to your money as a business owner. You need to know how to build that business. Some of that takes education. Okay?
Yeah.
So education should not be placed on the back burner. Now, does everyone have to go to college? That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you need to educate yourself on how to, and not only how to make your money, but how to hold on to your money, how to invest your money. Okay? We've got people that have hit the lottery and gotten these big lump sums of money, and it's gone because they did not know what to do with it. Okay, so I'm not saying that, like I said, everyone has to go to college. You can get a trade. Just learn to educate yourself on what to do with the money once you make it.
So why do you think that the show has been so popular, since you started doing it 2-3 years ago?
Marian, it resonates with people because usually, when you see us on TV, we're shown in a negative light. To hear that you had 600 black businesses, that you had in 1921, to hear that you had Dreamland Theater, that's an 800-seat theater that had 800 black people sitting to watch a movie, okay? That this was black owned, to see things like the Dr. Jackson that worked with the Mayo brothers, that the people there, they were wealthy, but they weren't snobby.
They were still black.
They were black. There was black wealth that cared about their community, and that's the point.
Yep.
A lot of times we have a lot of wealthy black people now, but they get the wealth and they leave the community.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to move your home to some of the wealthier areas, we're not saying don't do that, but we're saying don't forget that the community is there. Don't forget that there are young black men that need that hand up, or young black women that need you to help them. Yeah. They're not asking for a handout. I love that old advertisement. They're not asking for a handout, asking for a hand up. Okay. So when you make it, reach back and grab someone and help them make it. And that's what this story talks about. They helped each other.
So have you made any changes in the play since you did?
Yes. I'm telling everyone, if you saw it back when we first started, when we did it at Salvation Army and the Hearst Chapel Center there, please come back and see it. There is more music. There is more dancing. We have now got visuals, backdrops, electronic, digital backdrops that go with the play. We've got a ballet dancer, So it's a lot more to it than when we first began. And we're still expanding. Yeah. I'm hoping as we go forward that we can add a lot more to it.
Well, I remember because I did see it. And
You actually in it.
Wow. The very first one.
The very first one, yes.
But it was just really, what I liked about it was the simplicity of it. Yes. It was, the story was the most important thing. So it was
right.
You just saw the people standing there.
But a lot of people have asked me, why don't you do the costuming? Why don't you do the scenery? I don't want to take away from the story.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of times when you put too much into the outfits or all of that, that becomes the story and not what's coming out of the actor's mouth. I want them to hear what's being said. That is why when you come see the play, it's black in black and white.
Yeah, everything was in black
Everything
and white.
is in black and white. We don't add all the extra color because we want you to pay attention to what the actors are saying, to hear the actual story that's being told.
And so now tell us, because we're just about to end here, but let us know how we can get tickets or...
Okay. Tickets are available right now at blackwallstreettheplay.eventbrite.com. Fortunately, we are completely sold out for Friday night. Yay. We do have 80 tickets left for Saturday's show, which is at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Doors open at 1. The show starts at 2. That's our matinee show. And there are tickets available for that. There are no more VIPs for that show.
Wow.
All VIPs are sold out for both shows, but we do have 80 general tickets left.
Good. Yes. Great. Okay. So, Hallie Balbuena, the local play, Black Wall Street, thanks for joining us on Coco Chats.
Thank you for having me.
Even for these 15 minutes, and I wish I had spent the whole 30 minutes with you now. But to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. And please be sure to check out this play because it's very inspiring. I was just so impressed with the story. But I'm Marian Dozier, and I'll be here next week talking about community uplift for the last week in Black History Month. Thank you all for tuning in. Dang, I wish I had done the whole 30 minutes now.
You did 15?
Yeah. I did, cut, I don't know, because I was a crazy lady. Because, after I couldn't get the senator yesterday, remember, I think I caught that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, okay, well, then I'll just do these events. And then, like, I woke up about 4 o'clock, and this morning I was like, wait a minute, Miss Hallie said that she would come on.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe it was going to be next week. And then, so I was just,
It's fine, thank you.
and I had already,
Thank you.
gotten started on putting the events together. So,
Yeah, thank you.
but she already done sold out all the damn tickets anyway. So,
Well, and I said to him, I said, do we need to add a third show? Because we still got 2 weeks of ticket sales.
wow.
And we only got 80 tickets left, so I'm like, maybe we should have did a show Saturday evening as well.
I think so too.
So
But-
I'll talk to him tomorrow and see, do we wanna try to do that, or?
In case the 80 goes fast.
Yeah, 'cause 80 tickets are gonna be gone like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I still got another, interview to do tomorrow, so I'm like,
What are you
and
doing
then
tomorrow?
people, Mr. Carl with,
Oh, Brother Carl.
Yeah, Brother Carl.
Dumbass. Okay. Don't tell him I said it.
I ain't gonna tell him. So I need to
Crazy
talk
black
and see
nationalists.
if,
Mm-hmm.
and just see if they are, if they wanna do that third show, 'cause we might need to do that.
Okay.
Because and that's what I wanted to mention,
What?
because we are looking to go to Washington DC, and, we've been in talks with Orlando.
Yeah, and I know you were talking to the Kravitz too one time. but
Well,
they-
yes, I really wanna get into, I need to get in touch with, I really need to want to do the Kravitz Center for February, in
Oh, next.
2021, cause that's 100th anniversary.
Right, that would be
That's the 100th
perfect.
anniversary, yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so that's why Orlando wants us in
It's a shame.
2021,
Yeah.
because that's 100 years.
Oh.
So everybody's trying to get us for 2021 for the centennial.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it
But
again.
you know what, she's going off to school, so I'm gonna have to,
Don't forget her.
I'm not. Are you
Yeah.
coming to the play?
Probably.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
but we did
Can I get a free ticket? 'Cause you know I'm
we did
unemployed.
do that. The one that you
Let's
sent
do
them
that.
was for the whole night.
But I wish I had done the whole 30 minutes now. I really figured there's a bunch of questions I wanted to ask.
So, okay, so what did they ask you to sign that you sent to me?
It's all right, we got it in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they have-
And you don't get other places, and we're gonna, be collaborating more with the Center for Creative Education, because, this is one of the first shows.
Do you have a copy of
Yeah,
those?
they sold out, because they don't sell out.
Did you say what
They
happened?
do shows, they do, catering shows, they do that kind
The link you sent me was,
So I was really surprised when you were doing your thing.
I went to several of their shows, and I'd be like, one of them I was going to sleep, I was like, when they ended the mission, I went out the door, I was like, there's no way in the world I can stay here and listen to this man do a one-man show about his
Wow.
experience in Vietnam.
Wow.
It's like, really, come on, you gotta keep people pulled in.
Yeah, that's not interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. So they're excited, because they're like, he was really shocked. I
shit. I don't know if Miss Jillian, does she? Huh? No, I don't know if she, I had asked her to record that, but I thought she didn't, but now I can't, I don't see the flash around. You see it? Oh, maybe that is it. Oh, maybe it's not. Cause I know the last time she did it, she put it, I thought she put it down here or something, but maybe not.